around to get no DNA in a sneaky way and all this other shit that you did before you arrested Kohberger after you was already in Pennsylvania. You didn't have to do none of that shit. But doing that, then now you reinsure your warrant. Then now nobody can talk shit about the warrant, because guess what? We did this extra work while we was, you know what I'm saying? Again, what did you have to get a fugitive of the law warrant to get to Pennsylvania? What did you have? That's what you got to show the whole world. That's what you have to show we the people. What was the standard of Judge Marshall for her to give you a warrant with what? With what? Where you still have to snoop around and fish for DNA from a DNA that you knew you didn't have on the sheet. By the time you snook and dig around to try to have some kind of DNA related to Kohberger, then now you have DNA to frame Kohberger, because you didn't have no fucking DNA, no nothing to stand on to be in Pennsylvania. But you got a free ticket, we a free excuse, we a judge that I don't know why the fucking, how the fuck she gonna expedite a warrant with what? You see how I make my case? In the only way you could prove that this whole thing was legal about the Idaho for Bryan Kohberger case is you showing what I brought to Megan Marshall expedite a warrant that allow you to go all the way, use taxpayer money to go all the way to Pennsylvania to fish inside of the trash to get the DNA that you didn't have. Because you didn't have no sheath. Where's the sheath? For you to have DNA. Because if you had DNA, you have work, you have anything else, you wouldn't have to dig into the trash for what? When you already have DNA and you had a process already done, that was what it got you to where you was in Pennsylvania. Of course, you didn't have nothing until you fish in the trash can. You didn't have shit. Why you don't show what you give Megan Marshall for you to get that warrant? So then that way now we could judge Judge Marshall on expediting warrants with no reason. That will get Kohberger free. Soon as you have the balls to show what I presented Megan Marshall for her to expedite that warrant, and we all witness that y'all just fabricated an excuse to get to Pennsylvania to get actually the evidence that you needed, because you already had a name, but you needed an excuse to go and get DNA to frame this man because you didn't have no sheath and no DNA at all. You have plenty DNAs. You have DNAs from the killers, but you didn't want the killers. You want somebody to blame. That's how you got to Pennsylvania. Thanks to the help of Megan Marshall. That hopefully she be in jail one day. Yeah, I said it. I hope Megan is, if she fucked up, if just her, an innocent man, was framed, I need her to get at least 20 years in prison. If Megan Marshall expedited a warrant that he got Bryan Kohberger locked up and misrepresented and forced him to plead guilty and go through all this shit, she deserved 20 motherfucking years in prison. Bill Thompson deserved to die in prison. All these other people deserve 20 years in prison. Cops and everything. The FBI agents that lie on the oath and all this other shit, they all need to get 20 for life. I don't feel sorry for none of them. I don't care if they did good the rest of. all their life. I don't care if you did good all your life, but that this one time in your life you fuck up that big, you deserve 20 for life. I don't give a fuck. Because you put the life of an innocent man in jeopardy. That man could have died all the way at this day today. That man could still die in prison. And then after Bryan Kohberger is dead, what else is there to who's gonna represent Bryan Kohberger innocence, and who is gonna actually dig out the truth? So if Bryan Kohberger ever die on the lockup, someday, somehow, someone should fight for his reivindication. But that's the bottom line. It's always a possibility that Bryan Kohberger die in prison, so like that, the truth will never come out. So as soon as he dead, everybody's like, well, he dead. Even his family, well, he dead. The same way with the Charlie Kirk situation. The powers to be are so powerful that they will create the device that is going to kill Charlie Kirk. It's going to be put on Charlie Kirk's neck by his own staff. Knowing or not knowing. Knowing or not knowing. That same device is going to be put on Charlie Kirk's close to the neck. That is only strong enough to have something going down, it hit you in the neck, but it's not strong enough to go through. Did they recuperate the bullet? Is the bullet is what they talking about? This is what y'all need to understand. If the bullet came out of a weapon that they say it came from, first and foremost, would go through and through. It don't matter what package of ammunition would have. It don't fucking matter. It would go through and through. The only reason why they didn't go through is because it was close range and it was a small device. That's it. But why they keeping the truth of the size of the bullet? Because you know what? A 22 bullet, do you understand that a 22 bullet would do the job in the close range that it was, hitting a particular place that the device was put where it was put it purposely to, when the device go off, would hit the body in a particular place that would ensure the death of this man? You know how we know that this is a big event, that a lot of people was behind it and a lot of powerful people was behind it? You know how we know that right after the detonation, it was people around that knew what was about to happen, to the point that they have not just decoys to make you think that the cops were working on getting someone for this, and then they got an old man with his pants falling saying crazy shit that he has to do with another case in the history of the United States of America. Can you see it? Can you see it, that we have a whole bunch of bad actors? Not just in the private sector, but within our government. There are bad actors. It was a lot of people that knew that Charlie Kirk was about to die that day, if you ask me, even himself. In my personal opinion. But you're going to tell me that Charlie Kirk gets shot or get killed with a device close to his neck? Y'all see the shirt going off? Y'all see the shirt going off, but it's like, how the fuck the shirt go up?